got Sue Difford. Very pleased to be invited to read at this event. Before I started my current job, I did a lot of work for Oxjam and was one of their trained people who looked at all the books that came in, all those books that you brought in, and carrier bags and things you were chucking out, and learned how to price them. And it's fascinating, the kinds of things that people threw away and why they wanted to chuck them out. Related to that, quite recently, I've been in New Zealand working, and the first weekend I was there in Auckland, they had this bizarre thing happen across the city called an inorganics collection. And basically, it was the opportunity for everyone to turf out all the crap they didn't want in their houses, put it out on the pavement, everyone else milled around, looked around in the streets, took off anything that they fancied, and they was all standing there for about a week, and then it was all taken away. A very, very strange introduction to Auckland life. So this poem was kind of inspired by it. It's called Getting Rid. Getting Rid. She'd needled him quite enough about the stained dining table, that hideous cliff scene, those fur-lined boots he never wore, his mother's cracked dressing table mirror, a rocking horse that lost its rocker when poor Jody turned 5, endless boxes and baskets, buckets and bags no one ever used, whiteboards turning grey, mouths gaping, clunk and whir finally silenced, piles and piles of yesterday, no longer clouding up tomorrow, the inorganic sprawl of a lifetime, turfed out. Now they could start again with less, couldn't they? Another thing that happened when I was there was that an old lady who was related to the family I was staying with gave them a big box of all her really old cookery books, and there were some fascinating things amongst those books, including this book called Aunt Daisy's Book of Handy Hints. And I took from this a found poem. All the things that are in this poem are actually in the text. So these are kind of handy tips, things you might want to know how to do. Things you might need a hint for. Colouring concrete cheaply. Washing crystal necklaces. Making a curd pit. Moving preserved eggs. Cooking up a sweet disposition. Renovating old golf balls. De-shining a gym frog. Curing a horsehide. Renewing mouldy puddings. Preserving a husband. Sewing charming vests from worn-out locklit. Working a rosebud here and there. Stiffening organdy. Softening a rubber slicker. Cutting the tops of 2 small sandals. Lengthening a tablecloth's life. Freshening umbrellas. Being wary of pussy willow. Very bizarre.